So some of the schools in the US that you're trying to apply to are asking you for credential evaluation or transcript evaluation, and you're confused. So what is it about? First of all, the schools in the US don't understand your GPA system that you use in your country. So what they want you to do is you have to convert it into a US system so that they can understand how good of a student or how bad of a student you are. Sorry, it is what it is. So today I'm going to teach you how to do that unofficially, okay? Before you submit your results to maybe WES or some other credential evaluation agency, let's unofficially get to know, because we want to know before we send in an application. Some of them will say that, okay, your GPA should be like 2.5 or 3.0 on a US scale. And don't even know what it is. But you don't also want to pay money to get to know it, but you want to know it first before you even try paying money to be evaluated officially. Okay, so that is what I'm going to take you through today on my screen. I'm going to share my screen right now. First thing I want to do is go to Google and type in Scholaro GPA calculator, and then click on this link, and it's going to take us here. This is what you're going to do. First country, put in US, and then select common. Do you see that? After putting in common, this is where you're going to type your courses. So in school, you know that you did about maybe 32 courses during your bachelor's degree program. But in this example, you're just going to use 10 courses. Doesn't mean you use 10, but use all your programs. So what I've done is to go to my notepad and assume that these are my undergraduate courses. Okay, so during my undergrad, based on this example, these are all the courses I did in school. These were all the credit hours that I took for each course, and these are the scores, okay, the marks that I got for each course. So I'm going to input all these things in my GPA calculator that we are calculating based on US most commonly used grading scale. Okay, there are other scales you can use here, but you're going to use the most common one. Okay, so for the first course, which is Principles of Microeconomics, I'm going to put it in here. Now, remember, we are having 10 courses, but we only have 3 spaces here. That means that we need 7 more rows. So I'm going to come here and either type in 7, okay, 7, or I can just use the up or down arrow to increase the number. Then I click add. So it adds all. So I have 10 here. So I'm going to put in all the courses. For want of time, I'm just going to put the same course name in there. I don't want to be going back and forth, copying and pasting. So in your case, you would have to type the name of every course if you want to. Okay, or you could just write 1, 2, 3, up to maybe 32 if you did 32 courses. Now, the credit hours, when we come here, we have 2. How many 2s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 4 2s. So I'm just going to put it in here for want of time. Okay, so we had 4 2s, and how many 3s? 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 3s. Okay, so I'm going to put in here 3, 3, 3, and then 3. And then we had 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I didn't put credit hours here. So let's assume this is 2. Let's assume this is 2. Okay. All right. So that means that we have an extra 2. We can still put it in here, 2 and then 4. Good. Now, I'm going to come here. During my time in school, if you scored 70 and above, it's an A. Okay, so these were A's. This was a B. This was an A. This was a B. This was an A. This was an A. This is a C. This is an A. And this is an A. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 A's. Okay, so I'm just going to put it here. But let's tie it to the credit hours. Okay, let's be careful here. So the first 2 credit hours, we had an A. So I put an A here. The second 2 credits, we had a B. So I'm going to put it here. And then the third 2 credit hours, we had an A again. Okay, so I put it here. And then we have a B for the 3 credits. So I'm going to put that here. And our last 2 credit, we had a C. So I'm going to put that also here. Okay. Now we missed one of the 2 credits. Okay, so there was ABA, A, B, A, and then A again. Okay. So we put it here. Now let's go to our 3 credit hours. We have a B. The second one is a B. The first one is an A. So we can put it here, A. And then 3 credits. This was also an A, and this was an A. So A for 3 credit, A for 3 credit. Now you're doing this for each and every course, so you have to be very, very specific. This is just a rough sketch. Now our 4 credits, we had an A. Okay. Now I have input all my credit hours and my grades that I got back in my home country. But because I've only selected the US system here, it's going to convert everything that I have here that is recorded from my home country into a US scale. Okay, so this table here is just telling us how the US scale looks like. But the things that we've input here is hours. Okay. So I'm going to come here. Now, I don't want to be clicking this too much because if you're using a free version, you have a limited number of clicks when you click calculate GPA. So we want to make sure that everything has been well calculated or inputted before you click it. So we are done. Now I want to find out. This is on a scale of 4. Okay, 4.0 as it says here. Okay, so that's like the highest scale. Okay, so now let's click calculate GPA. Then you see, so based on this, our GPA, our cumulative GPA on a US scale is 3.654 out of a 4. So by putting in our local marks or record, we have been able to find out what our GPA is unofficially. So now, when I'm applying to a school and they say they want students that have a GPA of 3.5 and above on a US scale, I know that even though in my country I had 3.4, when I did the US conversion, I had what? A 3.6. So now I know that on the US, so if a school says that they are looking for students that have a GPA of 3.5 and I have a 3.6 based on the US scale, then I'm eligible to apply even before I attempt. Otherwise, I'm going to do my credential evaluation and then maybe I even fall short of the 3.5 that they want. And then I've wasted money. Okay, so if I know it unofficially, let's say my home country had 3.4, but when I did the US credential evaluation based on the US scale, it's going to boost me a bit to 3.6. Okay, so if the school is requesting for 3.5, you see that I qualify now, right? So this is how you can unofficially know. It's not official, you can unofficially know, but before you send in any credential evaluations, I recommend that you just try this and see how it looks like on the US scale. I'll see you in another video. Bye.